Chaska.
Hi. Hello.
Nice to see you again, Wyna. I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get right to it. We're here for the Spirit Speaker Stone.
Whoa, hold on a second. At least tell me why you need it first.
To save Kachina!
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. Going there, a mature warrior would never make such a foolish decision. The nature of battle is unpredictable. You never know how it's going to end. Losing a friend is tragic, but when that happens, the best thing you can do is focus on how to prevent further casualties.
Well,
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Wyna. But if the price of maturity is abandoning a friend in need, I'll choose foolishness any day. If Kachina's
So
still
true
holding
of
on,
you.
then so will I.
I thought you might say that. If you're that determined, far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone.
where did you just
Keep it
pull that out
safe,
from? His
okay?
ass?
It's not like we have a spare.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back. But aren't you from the Flower Feather Clan, Chaska?
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one people call to resolve conflicts, so we slowly got to know each
Oh.
other that way.
I see.
Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe too.
Weechi.
She's helped us out a lot in the past.
Oh, you have a younger sister?
Yes, I'll introduce you to her sometime.
I love her eye, like, makeup and her eyes and just, oh, so pretty.
But let's get back to business. Wyna, how do we use the stone?
Yeah, what?
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts, and the ancient name you seek is like a tiny fish swimming downstream. In that sense, the stone is like a fishing boat drifting down the river. But the boat alone isn't enough. You need a fisherman experienced enough to steer it in the right direction. I could recommend someone to you.
Who?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout from our tribe.
Sure, why not?
He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even his ancient name means to seek. If you're fishing for a name, you're gonna want him on the boat.
Bichama? Why does that name sound familiar?
Because we probably heard it before?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard stories about him.
Ah.
Where can we find him?
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the scenery from the cliff tops.
Sup, bro? Wanna be your
Someone
fisherman?
admiring the scenery from the cliff tops. Ah! That must be him! Hello there, are you Vichama?
That's me. Did you need something?
I don't know what I expected, but I didn't expect that deep of a voice.
What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible? No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place. But that would mean...
Are you okay? You don't look so good.
Everything's fine. I'll help you, but I do have a small request.
Don't let me die.
After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for my friends as well.
Oh. Did they die or perish in battle?
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone named Malco? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
That's not a problem. We agree to your request.
I see. From what I can tell, it functions almost like an abyssal pylon. Both connect the Night Kingdom to the living world. Once the connection is established, the abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use it in a tribal settlement.
Okay, fair.
Wow, you got all that just from looking at it?
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named Lali invented this. They must be a genius. I'll go find an open area and start setting things up. In the meantime, I need you to get 2 things for me.
Sure.
We'll go right away. What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them, so no need to go anywhere special. Oh, and I need to build a net out of them, so make sure you get a good amount.
A net?
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name? How does that work when one's tangible and one's not?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going to use the concept of a net to catch something equally intangible, an ancient name.
What about the second thing you needed?
Right. I need two chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to store them. Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes, but I heard there's a traveling merchant from that tribe around here somewhere, so maybe you can try your luck there.
Gotcha!
All right, let's split up. See that clearing? Let's meet over there when you're done.
Alright.
Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. In case you're worried I might take the stone for myself.
What do you think, Chaska?
You know what? Since he offered, yes, do that.
There's no need.
Oh.
Lena spoke highly of you. That means you're trustworthy.
I guess I have trust issues.
I appreciate it, even though that doesn't mean much to me anymore.
I've had so many, like, people betray me in Genshin that I'm like, no, this guy's gonna betray us as well.
Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up, so no need to rush.
Hello. Do you have some stuff for me?
Hello. Do you have any hook ropes for sale?
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yep.
Yes. How much for your whole stock?
Oh, the whole thing? Let me see. That would be 30,000 mora in total. Deal?
Deal.
Wait. Really?
What,
She
you
didn't
want me
even
to
haggle.
drive down the price? We just need these as fast as possible. Thanks.
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn, Roka's the person you want to ask.
Roka.
All right. That's everything. Here you go.
Thanks.
Now we need the obsidian.
Yep.
Let's go talk to the traveling merchant Bichama mentioned.
Excuse me. Do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk for sale right over there.
Perfect. Is that the only one, though? We actually need two.
Can we not, like, cut it in half?
That might be tough. Tell you what, I'll take a look through these boxes over here and we'll see what we can find.
Thank you so much. We'll wait here.
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
Nice.
Perfect. Thank you. How much do I owe you?
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting dust. I'll take 3,000 mora for both. Here you go. By the way, I heard you mention Bichama just now. You running an errand for him then?
Well, I guess.
How's he doing? Malco's been gone for 5 years now. It's about time he started to move forward.
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night, but I don't know all the details. Bichama and Malco grew up together, and even made a name for themselves together. Malco was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit, while Bichama excelled at scouting and analyzing the battlefield. The two made an excellent team,
Sounds like they would,
and
yeah.
managed to beat back the Abyss several times. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage and were placed on the same team to fight the Abyss. But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe, and Bichama suffered an injury to his leg while attempting to rescue someone.
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition. Bichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a burden in battle. So they raised the issue with the Pyro Archon, and she agreed to let him stay behind. Malco and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal monsters in numbers that far exceeded anyone's expectations. The team made an error in judgment, and they fell to the onslaught.
Oh,
Bichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything.
it was him. What? It doesn't even sound like it was his fault.
Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible he chooses to blame himself, Not because he did something wrong, but because he wasn't able to do anything at all.
Right. Also, before I said that thing, I thought that they were talking about Malco dying and his leg got injured, but it was Vichama, and I was just not paying attention.
I've tried convincing him to move forward, to stop dwelling on the past.
He couldn't have done anything
But the
there
shadow
anyway.
of Malco's death hangs over him still. The Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wounds never heal. I wish there was something he could do to make himself feel better. But anyway, that's the gist of it. Maybe you could help him talk things through sometime. I would really appreciate it.
I feel like I should help him first to see if we can find his friend. Because I think that would mean a lot to him.
Did you get everything?
Yep,
Yep, it's all here. When do we start?
right now.
I've made all the necessary adjustments, so we're good to go.
I'm scared.
As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name, and then you return the favor.
Could I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Are you seeking your friend's ancient name for the same reason as us?
Yes. After Malco fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number of enemies. If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned them not to advance. I've always blamed myself for what happened. But when you told me about Kachina, I realized there's a chance Malco might also be alive, fighting for survival in the Night Kingdom.
For 5 years? I highly doubt it, but we can always try and find him.
But that happened several years ago, right? The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually becomes one with the Sea of Souls.
So my guess is his soul's still there,
There might
but he
not be
can't be
much hope,
coming back.
but I still have to try.
And that's
Malco
fair.
and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight together until the end. All right, let's get to it.
Vichama!
Is everything going, like, good, or...? We did it!
Quick, take it!
Yoink.
I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the Abyss is getting stronger.
The Abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I should have died 5 years ago.
No, you shouldn't have.
I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there.
Understood. I'll help you buy some time.
Thank you.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the Abyss is strong.
It's okay. I got this. I never hit my spacebar so much. I was using
power.
both my hands.
Hanging in there?
I can't hold them back much longer. We're running out of time.
Malco. No, why can't I find him? Why?
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried, but the power of the Abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope.
In that case, we have no choice. I'm sorry, Sea Lolly. Get back!
Don't break it!
Wait!
Ouch! What happened just now? It looked like the Spirit Speaker's stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was to destroy it. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for a while, but that's normal.
Oh gosh.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge it in time.
She's so mad.
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chaska. We were this close to getting dragged into the explosion.
Okay,
True.
I'll be more careful next time.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Wait, where's Vichama?
That's what I was gonna say. Where is he?
Vichama!
Is he okay?
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malko's ancient name. It must be completely gone by now. It's too late to save him. From the minute he left that day, it was already too late.
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years. Let's just give him some space.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama? It looks like something's glowing!
Huh? This is...
What happened?
Hey, Malco. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words? Sure.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not that I'm afraid to die. It's just... hard. Thinking about my mom's face when she hears the news.
Oh, don't think about it right before you're like dying. That's so sad.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. They won't have to mourn me. Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Right to the end, you were never one for goodbyes. Maybe you're right. Maybe no one will get to hear our last words. But just in case, Vichama, I'm so glad you didn't come with us. Don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
He somehow managed to like get his last words in the stone. Ah, stop making people cry, Kenshin.
Was that a memory?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Feeling any better, Vichama?
Of course. Seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy. But it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
A deeper pain? Why?
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking, and his smile was forced.
Really?
For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life, he was thinking the same thing.
Vichama.
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom. When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name meant leading you one step closer to danger. But I also understood why you had to try. Everyone has regrets in life, but not everyone gets the chance to make up for them. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning.
You mean fighting while injured?
If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter what. Even with an injured leg, there were still things I could have done. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought alongside him to the end. There are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, there's no going back. That's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so I hope you can walk away without regrets.
I'm sure we can.
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more determined now.
Koichi? What are you doing here?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm here.
You don't look like sisters whatsoever.
My apologies, everyone.
Which one of you is
I
adopted?
just need to borrow Chaska for a few minutes. You come with me.
You're not blood related.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story.
But it feels like... Right, she did call herself Chaska's sister just now, but it feels like there's more to the story.
It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chaska was actually raised by cuckoo sores.
Huh.
She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own, and tried to devour her. But in the end, all that did was trigger her will to live.
Sheesh.
That strength of will pushed her to survive. But it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was adopted by the cuckoo sores. Wherever
That's
they
crazy.
went, she followed, getting into fights right and left.
For some reason, Paimon can totally imagine that.
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time, Chaska still had a habit of getting into fights, so Koichi was always taking her around, apologizing to everyone.
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, kids. You're fighting one minute and your friend's the next.
True.
Koichi asked me to stop Chaska from doing anything dangerous, but you probably know by now, once Chaska makes up her mind, there's no changing it.
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to talk us out of going to the Night Kingdom. Chaska even said that wasn't like you.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, you couldn't attempt something like that even if you wanted to.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses!
That's so funny, help. I really felt uncomfortable.
You two are something else.
I really just did not want to watch that.
All right. If you're done with the Spirit Speaker Stone, you might as well hand it over. According to Kinich, it's an important ceremonial artifact, so it'd be safer to keep it with me.
About that.
Right.
If only Tone Deaf Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the Holy Liar.
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
Huh? If someone's life was on the line, then you had no choice.
Okay.
Still, Citlali's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broken her stuff. I'll explain everything to her later.
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
What happened at the stadium?
Well, it's fairly complicated. Let me give you the condensed version.
Yup.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation we're facing. Still, all you need to do is focus on your goal. You can leave the complicated matters to me.
Okay.
Now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
Alright, say less.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Whoa.
There's a bunch
I've
of them.
never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe.
In NATLAN, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes, and physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime.
There are so many jars and potions around here. Do they have anything to do with alchemy?
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the Night Kingdom and the Wyab. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though she appears stoic and serious, she actually has a keen sense of humor. The tools you see here are quite traditional. Her students found them outdated, so she passed them on to me. The contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh, except the big jar in the middle. That's what she really wanted to give me.
Ooh, must be something really cool. What's inside?
Grape juice.
Oh.
Huh?
It's quite tasty, although probably expired by now.
You didn't drink yet?
This is Atea's talisman.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea was rarely ever without it. The talisman brought her a lot of luck in battle. What do you think of my collection? Do you feel like you have a better understanding of NATLAN's culture now?
I guess.
Yeah, if each item represents a different story, seems like NATLAN's really been through a lot.
Of course.
Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist at once.
Oh.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Me neither.
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important?
They were all pretty important.
Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are. Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future.
Mona.
They simply call it by a different name. Fate. You're quite familiar with that concept, I would imagine.
Yup.
That does kinda make sense. The future hasn't happened, but already exists.
Humanity excels at living in the present, but too often we forget the past and neglect the future.
So, ancient names record the past?
While the Pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future.
Right.
Only by uniting the people of NATLAN across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine.
So the first Pyro Archon created the rules of NATLAN?
That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the Divine Throne, he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of NATLAN. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. And when that person ascends to the Divine Throne, their inner flame will awaken. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
That's cool.
So, it all comes down to the power of the Divine Throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised.
Aww.
I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are really close.
I'm forever proud of the life I used to lead.
What about your family now?
Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them.
Makes sense.
As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation, and experiences like that, they remind me exactly what I'm trying to protect.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many beautiful works of art.
Was she talking in the past?
Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska, over here please. Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Kachina!
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina!
Kachina, are you okay? Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again? It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back. Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the Abyss. I was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me. The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening, so I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds and seeing really horrible things.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. You don't need to worry about me. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me. You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of NATLAN. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve. I'm really scared. Everything's so dark and creepy here. And I want to go home.
It's okay, Kachina. We're coming for you.
Still, I don't want you to put yourselves in danger because of me. I don't want to hold anyone back ever again. All you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Not ever.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't call it quits now.
Thank you. Be careful.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom in your physical form. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
All right, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption. That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
Oh well.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
Are you sure?
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. And there's no time to lose, so let's get going.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on the situation from here. Ian-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle...
That won't happen.
I hope not. Be careful out there. I'll observe the situation from here.
What does that mean? Oh, no, 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 don't come at me. No! I was just trying to get the waypoint, please.